Don't let your guard down. There's a hidden danger lurking in plain sight, a silent threat far more insidious than alcohol, especially for those of us over 60. It might be nestled in your vibrant garden, or even camouflaged within seemingly innocuous foods. This isn't just a warning, it's an urgent call to awareness. In the coming moments, Dr. Martin Salazar, a renowned clinical toxicology specialist with 25 years of hands-on experience in Mexico City's hospitals, will unveil 5 extraordinary seeds that can dramatically elevate your health, alongside 5 others that pose a graver risk than any alcoholic beverage for individuals in their golden years. You'll gain the invaluable knowledge to identify these botanical allies and adversaries, safeguard your loved ones, and fully harness the life-enhancing power of the safe seeds. Prepare to transform your understanding of what you consume and cultivate. We begin our journey with a tiny titan, a seed so modest yet so mighty, it has fueled civilizations for millennia: chia. Originating from the heartlands of Mexico and Guatemala, chia was a cornerstone of pre-Hispanic diets, revered by the ancient Mayans and Aztecs not as a modern superfood trend, but as a fundamental source of sustained energy and unparalleled endurance. For those over 60, integrating chia into your daily regimen can be nothing short of a game changer, offering robust support for your digestive, cardiovascular, and cognitive health. But the burning question remains: how can you unlock its full potential without inadvertently inviting risks? That's precisely what we're about to uncover. Let's first delve into its remarkable fiber content. Chia is a dual-action marvel, boasting both soluble and insoluble fiber, a perfect symphony for regulating intestinal transit, a common hurdle in later life. The soluble fiber acts like a gentle sponge, slowing down glucose absorption and thus promoting stable blood sugar levels, a crucial benefit for metabolic balance. Meanwhile, its insoluble counterpart acts as a natural broom, stimulating bowel movements and effectively warding off the discomfort of constipation. Consider this astonishing fact: a mere 2 tablespoons of chia deliver nearly 10 grams of fiber. This is a substantial contribution, especially given that many older adults struggle to meet their daily fiber requirements. However, a critical detail often goes overlooked. Chia possesses an incredible ability to absorb up to 12 times its weight in water. This means that if consumed dry and without adequate liquid, it can lead to uncomfortable sensations or even difficulty swallowing. The golden rule, therefore, is simple yet profound. Always hydrate chia seeds beforehand or blend them into liquids. This small, effortless step radically redefines its beneficial impact on your body. Beyond fiber, chia is a treasure trove of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, renowned for its potent anti-inflammatory properties and its role in fortifying cardiovascular health. For older adults, this is not merely beneficial, it's absolutely vital, as chronic inflammation and heart-related issues are prevalent concerns at this stage of life. Emerging research indicates that ALA can effectively reduce triglyceride levels and enhance endothelial function, the crucial ability of your blood vessels to relax and contract optimally. But here's another secret. The method of chia consumption directly influences the absorption of these precious omega-3s. For instance, pre-soaking or lightly grinding the seeds significantly improves your body's access to these essential fatty acids. Can you truly imagine that such a minor adjustment in preparation could amplify its health benefits manifold? This is precisely why exploring creative ways to weave chia into your daily diet is an endeavor worth undertaking. The benefits continue with chia's rich supply of antioxidants, formidable allies that actively combat oxidative stress and shield your cells from premature aging. This means that beyond bolstering digestion and heart health, chia can contribute to maintaining the vibrancy of your skin and hair and sustaining more consistent energy levels. Yet, the story doesn't end there. Preliminary studies hint that chia may play a role in modulating low-grade chronic inflammation, a silent culprit contributing to a multitude of age-related ailments. Picture this: the possibility of diminishing inflammation by simply adding a few tablespoons of this humble seed to your daily meals. Furthermore, chia offers a significant source of plant-based protein, containing all essential amino acids, albeit in smaller quantities than animal protein, but certainly enough to complement a balanced diet. For older adults facing the natural decline in muscle mass with age, this can translate into a noticeable difference in maintaining strength and mobility. Did you know that pairing chia with other protein-rich foods, such as yogurt or nuts, can create a synergistic effect, further aiding in muscle preservation? This intelligent strategy is widely endorsed by nutritionists and is easily integrated into your daily routine. The versatility of chia is truly astounding. It effortlessly blends into smoothies, yogurts, and salads. It can be incorporated into soups, baked into breads and cookies, or even transformed into delightful and nutritious puddings. Each preparation method offers slightly varied effects. When suspended in liquids, it forms a satiating gel that aids digestion, while in baked goods, it imparts texture and an extra boost of nutrients without compromising its core benefits. But here's an intriguing fact you might not have known. Chia can also enhance the absorption of other vital nutrients, such as calcium and magnesium. When combined with dairy products or mineral-rich vegetables, this subtle synergy can significantly contribute to maintaining robust bone health for older adults. From a cardiovascular perspective, chia exhibits a positive cardiometabolic effect by stabilizing glucose levels and providing a potent combination of omega-3s and fiber. This can collectively reduce the risk of cardiovascular diseases and improve lipid profiles. Recent investigations even suggest that chia may positively impact blood pressure and systemic inflammation. While it's not a magic bullet, consistent integration into your diet can yield tangible and enduring benefits. Finally, there's a cultural and deeply motivating aspect to embracing chia. Incorporating this seed isn't merely about nutrition, it's about forging a connection with Mexico's rich history and ancient traditions. From the venerable Mayans and Aztecs to our present day, this seed has been celebrated for its unparalleled ability to bestow energy, endurance, and profound nutritional value. Each tablespoon you add to your morning smoothie or afternoon salad becomes a small, meaningful homage to centuries of ancestral wisdom, all while naturally nurturing your own health. We invite you to share your experiences in the comments. Do you consume chia? We're eager to hear your stories. Now, let's transition to the second powerful ally in our beneficial seed lineup, one I consistently highlight when advising my patients over 60, flaxseed, also known as linseed. I emphasize that despite its small and unassuming appearance, flaxseed, when consumed correctly, can exert an astonishing influence on their overall well-being. Flaxseed is a powerhouse brimming with fiber, omega-3s, and lignans, each component offering profound advantages for your heart, brain, and digestive system. But before you dismiss it as just another fleeting health trend, allow me to illuminate why I consider it one of the most potent seeds available for dietary inclusion at this stage of life. Our exploration begins once again with fiber, a constituent I deem absolutely essential for older adults. Flaxseed, much like chia, contains both soluble and insoluble fiber. The soluble fiber plays a pivotal role in reducing levels of LDL cholesterol, often dubbed bad cholesterol, while its insoluble counterpart ensures regular bowel movements, effectively staving off constipation. I often witness a genuine surprise among my patients when they discover that just 1 or 2 tablespoons of flaxseed daily can furnish nearly 10 grams of fiber, leading to an immediate and palpable improvement in digestion. However, a crucial caveat must be issued. The method of consumption is paramount. If ingested whole and dry, a substantial portion of its nutrients will bypass absorption, and it can also trigger digestive discomfort. This is why my unwavering recommendation is to always grind or soak it before consumption, and crucially, always accompany it with ample liquids. Here's a thought-provoking question I frequently pose in my consultations. Did you know that the precise way you prepare flaxseed can amplify its benefits, not only for digestion, but also for the optimal absorption of its essential nutrients? Another aspect of flaxseed that utterly captivates me is its remarkable omega-3 fatty acid content, particularly alpha-linolenic acid, ALA. For my older patients, this translates into direct and robust support for both cardiovascular and brain health. I explain that omega-3s are instrumental in reducing inflammation, enhancing circulation, and safeguarding precious memory function. However, I also prudently caution that flaxseed is not a miraculous panacea. Its effects are significantly amplified when integrated into a comprehensively balanced diet. Now pause and contemplate. Can you truly envision that such an unassuming seed could simultaneously protect your heart and your brain? This, my friends, is the inherent magic of flaxseed when utilized with proper knowledge. Furthermore, it's vital to recognize that flaxseed stands as a significant fount of lignans, powerful antioxidant compounds that can also assist in hormone regulation and offer protective benefits against certain forms of cancer, notably prostate and breast cancer. When discussing this with my patients, I consistently underscore that lignans are most efficacious when the flaxseed is consumed freshly ground. Thus, I ask them, Are you aware that by purchasing whole flaxseed and neglecting to grind it, you're forfeiting a substantial portion of this invaluable benefit? This is one of the fundamental reasons I persistently emphasize that meticulous preparation makes an enormous difference. Yet another benefit I consistently underscore is flaxseed's profound anti-inflammatory prowess. Many older adults grapple with low-grade chronic inflammation, an insidious condition that contributes to the development of arthritis, cardiovascular complications, and cognitive decline. I elucidate that integrating flaxseed into the daily diet can markedly reduce this inflammation, leading to improvements in mobility, energy levels, and overall well-being. And I pose an open-ended question designed to provoke reflection. Did you realize that combining flaxseed with other beneficial seeds, such as chia or nuts, can forge a synergistic effect, thereby enhancing their collective anti-inflammatory properties? This deceptively simple yet remarkably effective combination is a staple recommendation in my consultations. I also address flaxseed's contribution to protein intake. It furnishes essential amino acids, and while not all are present in optimal quantities, it can nonetheless contribute significantly to muscle mass preservation when harmonized with other protein-rich foods. I explain that maintaining muscle mass is unequivocally critical at this age, as it directly impacts not only strength but also balance, mobility, and the cherished independence in daily life. I then inquire, can you truly conceive that such a diminutive seed could become an integral part of a strategy to uphold your strength and autonomy? This concept frequently elicits surprise and thoughtful consideration from my patients. Regarding consumption methods, I invariably provide practical, actionable examples. Ground flaxseed can be effortlessly added to smoothies, yogurts, oatmeal, salads, or even nourishing soups. A single teaspoon per day is an excellent starting point, with the option to gradually increase the amount as desired. A crucial cautionary note I always issue is that flaxseed can potentially interact with certain medications, particularly anticoagulants or blood pressure regulating drugs. Therefore, I consistently advocate for consulting a medical professional before consistently incorporating it into your diet. This underscores my desire for my patients to grasp that flaxseed transcends mere nutrition. It embodies history and culture. Since antiquity, flax seeds have been utilized to confer energy, endurance, and holistic health. Today, we have the privilege of leveraging this rich legacy in a practical and straightforward manner. Every tablespoon we add to our diet is a deliberate gesture of self-care for our bodies and a profound way to honor ancestral wisdom. Before we continue, I want to take a moment to remind everyone listening that by subscribing to our channel, you gain access to this truly vital information. Let's move forward. And now, do you yearn to discover the third seed that further amplifies the incredible benefits of both chia and flaxseed, culminating in a veritable health trio for those navigating life beyond 60? Indeed, I invariably include pumpkin seeds in this esteemed group. Many across Mexico recognize them for their delightful flavor and their ubiquitous presence in our rich culinary landscape, gracing sauces, pipián, tostadas, or simply enjoyed as a satisfying snack. However, few are privy to the profound health benefits that lie beneath that familiar taste, benefits that can profoundly impact this particular stage of life. And I am eager to reveal precisely why pumpkin seeds stand as one of the most invaluable seeds and how their correct consumption can transform into a potent instrument for nurturing your heart, fortifying your bones, safeguarding your prostate, and so much more. The foremost attribute I consistently underscore about pumpkin seeds is their exceptional magnesium content. Magnesium, an indispensable mineral, is often conspicuously absent from the diets of older adults. Why is its importance so paramount? Because it actively participates in over 300 enzymatic reactions throughout the human body. It diligently assists in regulating blood pressure, endowing strength to bones, fostering muscle relaxation, and significantly enhancing the quality of sleep. I inform my patients that a single serving of pumpkin seeds can satisfy up to 40% of their daily magnesium requirement. And here's a startling revelation. Did you know that a magnesium deficiency can manifest as nocturnal cramps, persistent insomnia, or even cardiac arrhythmias, and that a simple act like adding pumpkin seeds to your diet can dramatically alleviate these very issues? Another fundamental facet is their zinc content. Zinc is a linchpin in maintaining a robust immune system and is equally critical for the health of the prostate, a prevalent concern among many older men. Pumpkin seeds rank among the richest plant-based sources of zinc, positioning them as a natural and compelling option for bolstering immunity and supporting men's health. I frequently pose this question to my patients. Were you aware that the regular consumption of pumpkin seeds can help mitigate the symptoms of benign prostatic hyperplasia, such as the bothersome frequent need to urinate during the night? This unassuming habit holds the potential to profoundly elevate one's quality of life. I also emphasize the healthy fats they contain. Pumpkin seeds are abundantly rich in monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fatty acids, which actively promote cardiovascular health by aiding in the reduction of bad LDL cholesterol and elevating good HDL cholesterol. This is of paramount importance for older adults, as heart disease regrettably remains a leading cause of complications. I ask them, isn't it truly incredible that a snack so quintessentially Mexican and undeniably delicious can be more heart-healthy than a multitude of processed products flooding our supermarket shelves? But the array of benefits extends even further. Pumpkin seeds also serve as a commendable source of tryptophan, an amino acid the body ingeniously utilizes to produce serotonin and melatonin, thereby regulating mood and promoting restful sleep. This is particularly salient for older adults, who frequently contend with insomnia or emotional fluctuations. Now, can you fathom that merely savoring a small handful of pumpkin seeds before bedtime could contribute to a more profound and restorative sleep? This is a strategy that a number of my patients have already embraced with remarkably positive outcomes. From a protein perspective, pumpkin seeds shine as an excellent plant-based source, yielding approximately 30 grams of protein per 100 grams of seeds. This makes them ideal for augmenting one's diet and actively assisting in the preservation of muscle mass, which naturally tends to diminish with advancing age. I consistently underscore that maintaining strength and mobility is as critically important as safeguarding the heart or brain, as it fundamentally dictates independence and overall quality of life. I inquire of them, did you know that pumpkin seeds, when paired with legumes or whole grains, can form a complete protein as efficacious as animal-based protein? This represents one of the intelligent and frequently recommended combinations I advocate. Now, I wish to address bone health. Many patients justifiably express apprehension regarding osteoporosis after the age of 60. In this arena, pumpkin seeds assume an intriguing and vital role, as they supply magnesium, phosphorus, and zinc, all pivotal minerals for fortifying bones. The regular consumption of pumpkin seeds could therefore contribute to a reduced risk of fractures by enhancing bone density. Something as commonplace as incorporating them into a salad can transform into a protective shield against fragility. How do I advise consuming them? Pumpkin seeds exhibit astonishing versatility. They can be enjoyed toasted as a standalone snack, generously sprinkled over salads, blended into smoothies, or incorporated into traditional preparations like pipián. My consistent recommendation is to consume them in their natural state or lightly toasted, devoid of excessive salt, as this best preserves their precious nutrients. And here's a practical tip I frequently impart. Maintain a jar of pumpkin seeds within easy reach in your kitchen or office. Whenever hunger strikes between meals, simply grab a small handful. Not only will you experience satisfying fullness, but you'll also be nourishing your body with indispensable minerals. One detail we absolutely cannot overlook is that pumpkin seeds are also brimming with antioxidants, including vitamin E and carotenoids, which diligently combat oxidative stress and safeguard cells from premature aging. This is a subtle yet exceedingly valuable benefit, as it contributes to the care of your skin, vision, and overall energy levels. I asked them, were you aware that the antioxidants in pumpkin seeds actively help reduce cellular damage associated with chronic ailments such as diabetes or Alzheimer's? This provides yet another compelling reason for my strong recommendation. Now, I must issue an important caution. While pumpkin seeds are undeniably healthy, they are also calorie dense. Therefore, the optimal approach is to consume them in moderate portions, approximately 30 grams daily, or roughly a small handful. This ensures that you reap the benefits without accumulating excess calories. I consistently remind my patients, it's not about consuming vast quantities, but rather about consuming wisely. Pumpkin seeds are not merely a nutritious food, they are an integral thread in the tapestry of our Mexican culture and tradition. By including them in your diet, you are not only nurturing your health, but also actively preserving an ancestral legacy. But before we proceed, were you already familiar with the myriad benefits of pumpkin seeds? Those of you listening, please share your experiences in the comments. I am genuinely eager to know. And here's a tantalizing preview. The next seed we'll explore possesses a special power for memory and concentration, a topic that weighs heavily on the minds of many after 60. Are you eager to discover which one it is? But first, I must make a confession. Every time I engage in a discussion about nutrition with my patients over 60, invariably, someone will declare, "Doctor, I simply cannot give up my sunflower seeds. They are my absolute favorite snack." And I respond with a knowing smile because concealed within that quintessentially Mexican habit lies a surprising truth. Sunflower seeds transcend mere cravings. They represent a powerhouse of nutrients capable of profoundly impacting the health of an older adult. The most striking attribute of these seeds is their extraordinary vitamin E content. A single modest portion delivers over 50% of the daily recommended intake of this vital antioxidant. And why is this so critical after 60? Because vitamin E diligently shields cells against oxidative stress, the insidious wear and tear that accelerates aging and fosters the development of chronic diseases. I ask them, have you ever paused to consider how many of the problems we unthinkingly attribute to age are in fact the direct consequence of accumulated oxidative damage within our bodies? And later, I will unveil a deceptively simple secret to further amplify the protective action of the vitamin E found within these very seeds. Another pivotal advantage of sunflower seeds is their abundant healthy fat content. They predominantly comprise polyunsaturated fatty acids, which actively contribute to reducing LDL cholesterol, that infamous bad cholesterol, and simultaneously promote greater flexibility within arteries. This is of paramount importance because after 60, the risk of cardiovascular diseases naturally escalates. I consistently assure my patients every sunflower seed you consume is akin to a precious drop of oil, meticulously lubricating your intricate internal machinery. And did you know that strategically combining sunflower seeds with certain other foods can effectively double their heart protective effect? I cannot overlook their substantial plant-based protein content. While not as complete a protein source as meat or fish, sunflower seeds nonetheless serve to complement the diet, providing essential amino acids necessary for the preservation of vital muscle mass. And this particular point is absolutely critical. The natural loss of muscle, medically termed sarcopenia, can lead to debilitating falls, fractures, and a regrettable erosion of independence. Now, truly imagine that a simple handful of sunflower seeds each day could become an integral part of your strategy to remain robust, vibrant, and active. Furthermore, these seeds are a veritable treasure trove of essential minerals: magnesium, phosphorus, selenium, and zinc. Magnesium actively promotes muscle relaxation and contributes to more restful sleep, a need many older adults confess they desperately seek. Phosphorus, alongside calcium and vitamin D, plays a crucial role in supporting robust bone health. Zinc, meanwhile, diligently fortifies the immune system, which characteristically tends to wane with advancing age. And the selenium found in sunflower seeds directly contributes to the prevention of certain types of cancer, a fact that astonishingly eludes most people. An aspect that consistently surprises my patients is the unequivocally positive impact of sunflower seeds on brain health. They contain tryptophan, an amino acid the body utilizes to produce serotonin, the neurotransmitter intrinsically linked to well-being. What does this translate to in practical terms? Incorporating sunflower seeds into your diet can actively help to elevate mood, mitigate anxiety, and even foster more profound rest. Now, have you truly realized that many emotional challenges experienced in older age are not solely attributable to loneliness, but can also stem from nutritional deficiencies that we could effortlessly rectify? Now, a common inquiry I receive is, how does one consume them healthily? My primary recommendation is to always opt for natural sunflower seeds, entirely devoid of added salt or artificial flavors. A modest handful, roughly 25 to 30 grams, is entirely sufficient to harness their multitude of benefits. They can be enjoyed as a straightforward snack, generously sprinkled over salads or oatmeal, or delightfully blended with dried fruits to create a truly delicious and nutritious combination. Moreover, lightly toasting them not only intensifies their already rich flavor, but also enhances the bioavailability of certain nutrients. I wish to pause for a moment on a crucial point: moderation. Sunflower seeds are undeniably wholesome, but they are also calorie-dense. Consumed in excess, they can contribute to undesirable weight gain. This is precisely why I steadfastly advocate for the correct quantity, a single handful per day. That precise amount is ample to glean all the benefits without incurring unnecessary risks. I also typically issue a specific warning. Sunflower seeds can prove challenging to digest for certain individuals grappling with intestinal issues, such as diverticula. They are not strictly forbidden, but they absolutely must be consumed with caution and invariably under medical supervision if there is a history of such conditions. And this wisdom I consistently impart to my patients during consultations. True health isn't predicated on monumental radical transformations, but rather on the accumulation of small, consistent daily habits. Integrating sunflower seeds into your diet thoughtfully and moderately can represent one of those incremental steps that collectively forge a profound difference in an older adult's quality of life. Now, we have arrived at the fifth extraordinary seed, one that occupies a special place both in Mexican cuisine and in the realm of cardiovascular health. Do you wish to uncover its identity and understand why I consider it the veritable jewel among this group of superfoods? Before we proceed, I want to reiterate to everyone listening that subscribing to our channel grants you invaluable access to this truly vital information. Let's forge ahead. And of course, it is simply impossible not to think of sesame seeds. We encounter them nestled in breads, adorning sweets like palanquetas, and naturally gracing traditional dishes such as mole. The intriguing aspect is that despite their centuries-long presence within our culture, few truly comprehend that these minuscule seeds are, in fact, vigilant guardians of health, particularly for those beyond 60. And believe me, after years devoted to working with older adults, I can unequivocally assure you that sesame seeds possess the power to profoundly enhance their quality of life. The first attribute I consistently highlight about sesame seeds is their remarkable calcium content. At this stage of life, bone health represents one of the most delicate and pressing concerns. Fractures, osteoporosis, and persistent joint pain become increasingly prevalent. Well, a single tablespoon of sesame seeds provides as much calcium as an entire glass of milk, with the added advantage that this calcium is exceptionally well absorbed by the body. I ask them, did you know that the regular consumption of sesame seeds can be one of the most effective and natural strategies to fortify your bones? But the benefits do not cease there. Sesame seeds are richly endowed with magnesium and phosphorus, minerals that synergistically collaborate with calcium to maintain the strength of both bones and muscles. Magnesium also plays a crucial role in regulating blood pressure, a vital consideration at this life stage. And a magnesium deficiency could very well be the silent culprit behind those bothersome nocturnal cramps that so many older adults endure without understanding their origin. Now, let's delve into something that frequently astounds many: the exclusive antioxidants found within sesame seeds, aptly named sesamin and sesamol. These compounds exert a powerful anti-inflammatory effect. And this is paramount because chronic inflammation acts like a silent, smoldering fire, accelerating aging and fostering the development of debilitating diseases such as arthritis, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. I consistently impress upon my patients, when you sprinkle sesame seeds onto your food, you are actively extinguishing tiny sparks of inflammation within your body. They even possess the capacity to assist in regulating cholesterol levels and safeguarding the liver. Sesame seeds are also generously endowed with healthy fats, specifically monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fatty acids. These fats are instrumental in maintaining clean and flexible arteries, thereby diminishing the risk of heart attacks or strokes. After 60, when the heart unequivocally demands special care, sesame seeds can emerge as a true and unwavering ally. I pose to you, how many times do we frantically seek out expensive medications to protect the heart, when a simple seed nestled in our kitchen cupboard can offer natural assistance? And let us not overlook the plant-based protein they contain. While it does not supplant meat or fish, sesame seeds effectively complement the diet and contribute to the preservation of invaluable muscle mass. In an older adult, every single gram of protein is precious, contributing to the ability to remain strong, independent, and actively engaged in life. Another benefit I cannot possibly disregard is their profound impact on cognitive health. The antioxidants present in sesame seeds not only shield neurons, but also aid in maintaining robust brain circulation. This translates into an increased supply of oxygen and nutrients to the brain, which in turn manifests as enhanced memory and improved concentration. In traditional Asian medicine, sesame seeds were historically employed to preserve mental clarity and vitality into old age, an ancestral wisdom that resonates profoundly in light of modern scientific understanding. Now, let's address the practical dimension. How do I recommend consuming them? A straightforward option involves lightly toasting them and then generously sprinkling them over salads, soups, yogurts, or steamed vegetables. You can also craft tahini, a delectable paste made entirely from sesame seeds, perfect for spreading on whole grain bread or as a foundational ingredient for flavorful dressings. And of course, we can continue to relish our cherished traditions by incorporating them into moles, pepians, or typical sweets. Interestingly, combining sesame seeds with honey is an age-old practice that has historically been believed to boost energy and endurance, a practice still embraced in many cultures. That being said, I invariably issue a warning. Sesame seeds, like any food, must be consumed in moderation. 1 or 2 tablespoons daily are entirely sufficient. Furthermore, in some individuals, they can elicit allergic reactions. Therefore, if you have never consumed them before, it is prudent to introduce them gradually. Sesame seeds are far more than just a seed. They represent a bridge connecting our culture and our health. By thoughtfully including them in your diet, you are not only nourishing your body, but also honoring a rich culinary tradition that has enriched our country for generations. And most importantly, you are empowering your body with natural tools to embrace aging with sustained energy, unwavering strength, and remarkable mental clarity. We have now explored 5 extraordinary beneficial seeds, but it is imperative to acknowledge that not everything in this world is inherently positive. There exist certain seeds that, far from being helpful, can prove to be significantly more dangerous than alcohol for those over 60. Do you wish to uncover their identities and understand precisely why you should unequivocally avoid them at all costs? When the conversation turns to genuinely perilous seeds, few can truly rival the notorious castor bean seed, also colloquially known as higuerilla. This plant thrives ubiquitously across Mexico, gracing both private gardens and public spaces, and at first glance it might exude an air of complete harmlessness. However, what remains unbeknownst to many is that its seed harbors ricin, one of the most potent toxins known to humanity, capable of inflicting severe damage even in minuscule quantities. As a physician specializing in the care of older adults, I have witnessed firsthand our heightened vulnerability to toxic substances after the age of 60. The body's intrinsic ability to metabolize and eliminate toxins diminishes significantly. Vital organs possess reduced reserve capacity, and what might pass unnoticed in a younger individual can escalate into a critical emergency in an older adult. Just a few inadvertently chewed seeds can trigger a cascade of severe symptoms: unrelenting vomiting, debilitating diarrhea, profound dehydration, and in the most severe instances, catastrophic organ failure. Ricin operates by insidiously blocking protein synthesis within cells. This means that vital organs, the liver, kidneys, and heart, begin to fail with alarming rapidity. The initial onset of poisoning can deceptively mimic mild symptoms, such as generalized stomach discomfort. However, the internal damage is far more grievous and progresses with a speed that is often underestimated. It is precisely this insidious characteristic that renders the castor bean seed exceptionally perilous for older adults. Early detection is a formidable challenge, and the risk of severe, life-threatening complications is disturbingly high. In my consultations, I frequently inquire if any patient possesses this plant within their home or in close proximity to their garden. Surprisingly, many older adults continue to cultivate it either for its ornamental appeal or simply as a family heirloom. Yet, even inadvertent daily exposure to this seed can prove lethal. There exists no specific antidote for ricin poisoning. Treatment is exclusively supportive, focusing on rigorous hydration and meticulous symptom control. And even with these measures, outcomes can be tragically limited if the poisoning is severe. Another profoundly concerning aspect is that its toxicity is not confined solely to ingestion. Handling the seeds without appropriate precautions can induce skin irritation, and any contact with the mouth or eyes dramatically amplifies the risk of systemic poisoning. This renders older adults who may experience diminished sensory perception and slower reflexes even more susceptible to accidental exposure. Castor oil, widely recognized by many as a laxative, does not present the same risk because it undergoes a rigorous processing regimen specifically designed to eradicate ricin. However, I want to be unequivocally clear. This does not, under any circumstances, render the raw seed safe. The chasm between a safely processed product and a potentially deadly raw seed is immense, and it is a risk absolutely not worth taking. The omnipresence of the plant in gardens and public spaces underscores the critical importance of proactive prevention. My unyielding recommendation to all older adults and to those who care for them is straightforward. Unequivocally avoid cultivating higuerilla at home. Replace it with demonstrably safe ornamental plants, and vigilantly keep children and pets at a safe distance from any seed that, despite its attractive appearance, harbors such profound danger. As a physician, I consistently emphasize the paramount importance of educating oneself about the inherent dangers that surround us. Just as we advocate for seeds and foods that actively protect the heart and bones, we must equally possess knowledge of those that could prove more perilous than alcohol, and in some cases, are alarmingly accessible within our very gardens or yards. The castor bean seed serves as a stark reminder that nature, while often benevolent, can also be lethally unforgiving if we fail to understand it thoroughly. Before we continue, I want to once again remind everyone listening that subscribing to our channel grants you access to this truly vital information. Let's move forward. Many older adults simply cannot fathom that something as common and seemingly innocuous as a peach or an apricot could harbor a serious health risk. I am referring, of course, to the pits of these fruits and to bitter almonds, which contain a compound known as amygdalin. When this compound is inadvertently ingested, it undergoes a perilous transformation within the body, converting into cyanide, an exceedingly potent poison capable of severely compromising the heart, the nervous system, and in the most catastrophic cases, culminating in death. I have personally encountered patients who, enticed by the misguided notion of utilizing the entirety of the fruit or concocting homemade extracts, consume these seeds utterly oblivious to their lethal contents. What begins as an innocent foray into curiosity can tragically conclude with relentless vomiting, debilitating dizziness, profound difficulty breathing, and severe cardiac arrhythmias. And for an older adult whose physiological resilience and organ function are already naturally diminished, the risk is exponentially higher than in younger individuals. The mechanism by which amygdalin releases cyanide is both silent and alarmingly rapid. Once within the body, it insidiously obstructs the cell's ability to utilize oxygen, leading to widespread and catastrophic organ failure. In older adults with pre-existing lung conditions or a compromised cardiovascular system, this effect can precipitate an immediate and life-threatening crisis. This is precisely why, although the fruits themselves are undeniably delicious and nutritious, you must never, under any circumstances, consume the pits or raw, bitter almonds. A point I consistently emphasize in my consultations is that the toxicity is not always immediately apparent. A person might feel perfectly normal for several minutes, or even a few hours, before the onset of severe and alarming symptoms. This characteristic renders it particularly dangerous for those residing alone or with limited mobility, as any delay in receiving urgent medical attention can prove critically detrimental.